Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm filming my August TBR video, and I will have to say July was not the best reading month for me. I think I only read 2 books in July, and I really had this TBR that I really wanted to get to, and I read one. Actually, I didn't even read any of the books on my TBR. I actually read 2 books that were not on my TBR. One that I had recently purchased and one that I had saw someone talked about on like TikTok. And yeah, I did not read much in July. So I really want to try and make August a good reading month for myself. I don't know what it was. I think June was a good month for me, but then once it came to July is when I kind of went into this weird slump. I feel like that happens to me quite often, where I feel so motivated to read and I get the books that I have on my TBR done, and then I don't know what happens, and then I kind of go into a weird slump afterwards. So in the month of June, I believe I read all of my books on my TBR. So let me see, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe those were all the books on my June TBR that I had actually read. And then I read 2 in July. And it is 2 days left of the month of July, which I'm not even gonna really worry about anymore, because I know that, I mean, I may be able to finish a book today or tomorrow, but I don't know, we'll see. But right now, looking at my Goodreads, I am 7 books behind schedule of reading 50 books for this year, which last year I believe I got to 45 or 47 books, which is good. I didn't reach the goal, but I still read 47 books last year or something like that. But yeah, I'm 7 books behind my reading goal for this year, which I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, because I know like I said, sometimes I get into like these really crazy moods where I'm just like reading, and all I really want to do is read, or then I get into these weird little slumps where I can't even get through a book. I mean, I still got through 2 books in July, so I'm happy about that. That's still something. So this month, I'm gonna be picking out my August books. And I do have, I believe, 2 books on this shelf that are new. I have The Serpent and the Wing of Night by Carissa Broadbent. And then I have Olivia Blake, One for My Enemy, which I recently got. And then I also have Reckless, which obviously is the 3rd book from the Powerless little trilogy or duology. I'm not really sure if they're gonna be another book, but I haven't read Powerless yet. So obviously I can't read that book just yet. So those are just some of the books that I recently purchased. And then these are books that I already had on my TBR for a while. So I'm gonna have my little mini books that I made pick my August TBR, because I really don't have any other method of doing this other than either doing prompts or maybe just having my mini books pick. So mini books it is, because I just didn't feel like writing or looking or finding any prompts that may work for this video. So I have all my little mini books here, as you guys can see. I just have them in this little like ramen bowl that my cousin bought me for my birthday back in March, but I have them in here. There's a few more of the newer books, like I said, that I don't have mini books from, just because I'm gonna try and prioritize the books that I've had already on my TBR for a while. Another one that I don't have a mini book for, because I actually forgot, was the 2nd book of ACOTAR, but we'll see what books I choose, and we may add that to the TBR anyways, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and kind of start pulling books. I'm gonna shake this around as much as I can and kind of like mix them up as well as I can, because I don't want any of them to fall out. Okay. then I'm gonna shake them around. I hope the audio on this is much better because I did buy a little mic, so I hope the audio is good, but we'll see once I edit this video. Okay, so I'm not gonna look, but the first book on the TBR is gonna be, the first book on my August TBR is gonna be The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. And I've had this on my TBR for a while. I think I bought this at Target, or the book at Target. So that's gonna be the first book on my August TBR. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick all the books and then I'll pull them off my little TBR cart that I have sitting right here next to me. But yeah, this is gonna be the first book. Oh, I'm so nervous. I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, if sometimes I read a really good book that I really enjoy and then it's hard for me to find another book that I really enjoy, which is why I think puts me in a slump after. So we'll see. The next one is More Than Words by Mia Sheridan, which I have also had on my TBR for a while. And I believe I bought that book after I read Archer's Voice, which was a book that I really, really enjoyed. So I hope this one is another one that I will enjoy from her. Archer's Voice, I believe, is the only other book I've read from this author. So we'll see how I like this one. That's going to be the second book. The next one is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. And I do have at least 2 to 3 books from this author, but I haven't read any of her actual books before. I believe I have Book Lovers, I have Beach Read, and then I have her newest book, which is Funny Story. The main reason why I also got it was because I loved the hardcover, like, dust jacket. It was so pretty. So Book Lovers will be next for the August book pick. Okay, let's see which book is next. I don't want to like see, but I also want to make sure I don't drop any of them. Okay, we're hoping for maybe like a fantasy. Oh, okay, I got Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I'm actually really excited because I know this book has had a lot of hype around it, and I know one of my favorite YouTubers, Sarah Caroli, loved this book. So I'm so excited to see what it's all about. I literally have no idea. I haven't read the synopsis. I kind of sometimes just like going in blind and not knowing much about the book because I feel like that way I don't have expectations, and I don't get disappointed if the expectations I make for myself are not met. So I'm excited to read this. I do have the first book, the little I believe it's like a novella, and then I have obviously, like I said, the second book that's part of the Powerless either trilogy or duology, I don't know, but yeah, I'm excited. This is the 4th book. I might pick 1 or 2 more books depending on what we choose next, because I know I believe Book Lovers is like a romance. More Than Words, I believe, is a romance. The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, I'm not really sure what this which genre that one falls under. Well, Powerless is a romantasy, which is a fantasy, and it has romance. That I know for sure because of Sarah's videos when she talks about it. So I think I've had 4 books so far. I think I'm gonna choose maybe 2 more, so that'll make 6 on my TBR. And then depending on how many or which books, other than the ones I've already chosen, are going to be on my TBR, then I might add in A Court of Mist and Fury from the second book of ACOTAR, just because I need to get to the book. I really want to continue the series. I also want to start the Throne of Glass series, but I don't want to go into that and not finish this one first. So, okay, let's see. I talk too much, I feel like. I got Funny Story by Emily Henry. But I feel like I don't want to have 2 books from the same author. So I think I'm gonna do a little bit of cheating, and I'm gonna not put this on my August TBR because I already have Book Lovers by Emily Henry, and I don't want to have like the same authors on my TBR. So I think I'm gonna set this one aside, and I'm not gonna put it on my TBR for August, which it feels like cheating, but that one's newer on my shelf or newer on my cart, and I want to try and get through books that I've had on my cart for a while. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick a different book. Five Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards. This is, I believe, like a mystery book. I'm not sure if it's just mystery or like a thriller. I'm not 100% sure, but this is the 5th book of the TBR, which is actually good because I don't have like a mystery or thriller book yet for the month. So that'll help kind of maybe keep me entertained. Hopefully that I get through the books because they're kind of a couple different genres. And then Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This book has been on my cart, like my TBR cart, for a while, and I know a lot of people had loved this book as well. This was like one of those crazy like viral book talk books, and I never got around to reading it, so I guess it's time to finally read it. So I have 6 books that I chose from my little mini books here for my August TBR. One that I decided not to put on my TBR because I already have another book from the same author. So I know Fourth Wing is kind of a beefy book, and so is Powerless. Should I do it? I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna add A Court of Mist and Fury to my August TBR. And yeah, let me pull all the books that I've picked, and then I'll show them to you guys. I think I need to do it because otherwise I don't think I'm ever gonna get to the second book. So I'm pulling A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. So I'm gonna add this to my August TBR, which we'll see how that goes. My god, this is a beefy book. I think 3, Powerless, this one, and then Fourth Wing are kind of beefy books, at least within the 500 to 600 page range. Like, that's gonna take me a while, but I'm gonna try and get through them. I did it in June. I think I could do it in August. I didn't do much reading in July, so hopefully I don't go into like a slump again, because that would be very hard, especially if I have 3 big books that I need to get through. So my own pick for August is going to be this one. And I think it's just time that I read it. And I know everyone says that the first book of ACOTAR is not like the best. I personally did enjoy it anyways, and I know they say the series just gets better. So I'm very excited, very nervous to get to this. I did try and read the audio, or not read, but listen to the audiobook, but I don't know, for some reason when audiobooks, like the person like who's narrating, I don't know, sometimes her voice just doesn't hit for me. Like, I don't know, I just can't listen to the audiobooks. But I know that Sarah had listened to like the dramatized version of it, so I'm not really sure if they have that for this or what exactly she heard, which one she heard, because I think it was for the last book, so I don't know if they have it for this book on Audible, but I know they have the regular audiobook. I just don't know if they have like a more dramatized version of it. We have Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This is another kind of beefy book. It literally is, I believe, like almost 500 pages. So I don't know what this book even really is about. I know it's like a fantasy. I know there's romance, and that's about all I know for this book. So I think I'm gonna just go in blind. I'm not gonna read the synopsis or anything. I'm not gonna look up on Goodreads like the synopsis or anything either. But I'm very excited to finally get to this because, like I said, I do have the novella and then the next book, which is Reckless. So I'm excited to finally get to this, see what all the hype was about with this book as well, because I feel like I always read books after like the hype is all like over. So I'm like intrigued to see like what the hype was all about and see if I'm gonna love the book as much as everyone else did. So yeah, I'm very excited to get to this month of August. So I have that one. So I have Powerless, and then I have Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which as well, I believe I think what this book is about is this writer, and it's about a writer and another like main character, like they switch roles in what their job is. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's something like that, where they switch their roles in like what they do for work. I'm not 100% sure. I really don't want to read the synopsis for any of these. I just kind of want to go into it and see what happens. So yeah, but I know Emily Henry is another author that's really, I think it's either more you love her books or you don't, or you love her writing or you don't. So I'm hoping that I do, because I have 2 other books from her that I need to get to. But yeah, Book Lovers by Emily Henry. And then I really love this little thing on the back with all the like stacked books. It's very cute. But yeah, Emily Henry, Book Lovers is the 3rd book. Looks like, let's see, where is the other ones? Where are the other ones actually? Okay, and then I have More Than Words by Mia Sheridan, and this says a love story. So I know that is like a romance. And like I said, I have read Archer's Voice by her, and I really, really enjoyed that book. I think that book would be really cool to watch in a movie. But yeah, I really enjoyed Archer's Voice, so I'm hoping I'll enjoy this one as well by her. Archer's Voice, like I said, was the only other book I've ever read by this author, so I'm excited to get to this one as well. And yeah, that's gonna be the 4th book. Okay, so I have 5 Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards, and this is, I believe, a mystery or thriller. I'm not 100% sure, maybe a mystery or thriller, but I think this is gonna be a good like little like break of like the romance and the fantasy, and this will just be like a mystery thriller book, because that's another genre I really enjoy. So I'm excited to get to this. I've had this on my TBR for a while now as well, and I think the only thing I know about this is like this group of people are like going somewhere. They're like giving each other a ride because they didn't have anyone else to drive or a form of like transportation, so they're literal strangers who don't know each other that are in this car going to I don't know where, and things I think happen along the way that's very weird, or one specific character is weird, I don't know, but I just know that the people in this car don't know each other. So yeah, I'm excited to finally get to this one as well. That's going to be the 5th book. Okay, so I have the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Torton. And I believe this is about a woman who kind of comes, every time she dies, she comes back as like a different person. I kind of remember when I had first got the book, or when I had first heard about it, that's kind of like the concept of the book, where she dies and then she comes back as a different person, or like in a different body, but it's still her, but I'm not 100% sure. So it's gonna be kind of interesting. This is a fiction, but I'm not exactly like 100% like if it's just like a fiction or if there's different genre it falls under, but this is the 6th book of the TBR. And then the last and final book on my August TBR is going to be Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. And like I said, this has been a book that was viral, like crazy viral on Book Talk, and so many people were talking about it. And I know there's a second book to this. I don't know if it's like a duology or if it's going to be like part of a more so yeah, the only thing I know about this book is that there's like dragons involved, hence the little dragon on the cover. But yeah, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, another beefy book. And yeah, like I said, I don't really know much about the book. I just know that there's dragons and that they go through these trials to kind of put them where they're needing to be. I'm not really sure. It kind of reminds me of like the Hunger Games. Not Hunger Games. Is the Hunger Games? I don't know. It kind of gives me some type of vibe like that, where they have to go through these trials to figure out who's going to be where or what your strength or power is. I don't know. But I'm excited to finally get to this. We'll see how long it takes. I think what I want to do is film little vlogs for when I read these books. I don't know if I would really film like a full like long vlog of me trying to read all of them. I think I'll do a couple here and there and maybe do that, but we'll see. But yeah, this is the 7th book on my August TBR. These are the books on my August TBR. And yeah, hopefully I can get through all of these. Think I probably will start them as soon as I can, because there's a couple books in here that might take me a while to get through. But yeah, very excited. A very good kind of mix, I feel like. I mean, I have like 3 fantasies on here, so we'll see how it goes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below. And let me know what's on your August TBR, or what books you think I should read next. Because I'm always down for new books that I might enjoy. Like, I know I have so many on my cart, but you know, it's always fun to discover new books. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!